I'm about to react to something about Jackie Chan, my favorite action movie actor of all time, Jackie Chan. The Dark Life of Jackie Chan's Son by Patrick CC. Let's get into it.
The world sees Jackie Chan as a wholesome legend. They see
Straight up legend, greatest of all time. What you talking about? Ain't no GOAT. GOAT.
his son JC as an entitled disaster who rightfully ended up in prison. But what really happened inside this family is far more complicated than many are willing to accept. Jackie Chan admitted he never wanted a child. In fact, he said it was an accident. Like many fathers, he tried to make it work anyways, but he has been very vocal about his extreme shortcomings. He admits to—
Is Jackie Chan nah, I ain't got no. See, I'm about to say something crazy. See, I'm growing too. Jackie Chan was dang near sperm donor, bro. Dang near.
Never being home, cheating on his partner, and even physically abusing JC. He even had a daughter with a mistress that he never talks to, and she refuses to accept him as her dad. And while you would hope that Jackie is trying to reconcile and reconnect with his children now that he is getting much older, that's not exactly the case.
What?
Today we're going to explore the complicated truth behind the Chan family, the story of how a generational curse shaped JC's downfall, how he ended up in prison, and how—
Look, y'all better not ruin Jackie Chan for me, bro. He's still my favorite actor, no matter what y'all say.
How Jackie Chan could not prevent it because he may have partially been to blame. Most people don't know just how poor Jackie Chan was while trying to make it as a stuntman in Hong Kong, China. He used to literally wait for people to leave food scraps on tables at restaurants so he could eat.
Every day you're just very disappointed. I want to earn more money. I don't want to always call my father, send me a pound. Every 6 o'clock in the morning, you see everybody in the yum cha, Chinese yum cha. You go in, you sit down, you have to pay. Then I'm just standing here. Come, no, I'm ready to eat. Yeah, I just standing here. I just pretend I'm eating. Then I just, come on, hurry up, 6 o'clock. Before they cash, then I sit down. Come on, let's go. Okay, after they pay, go. Let's go. Wow, nobody eat. That's how I survive in the morning.
But being at rock bottom did not stop him.
People think they got out the mud. Jackie Chan got it out the mud. Jackie Chan, I don't know why I say Jackie Chan. Jackie Chan got it out the mud, bro. Bro was eating leftovers. The piece of the steak that you cut off that snapped but fat, bro, grabbing it and golly. He deserved his success for real.
From dreaming. He studied Kung Fu for over a decade and wanted to become a stunt coordinator for films. I didn't know the camera angles, I only knew how to do the stunts, like a stuntman, but I thought about how to improve myself. On set, Jackie would treat every moment as an opportunity to learn more about movie production, watching the cameramen choose the perfect angle, taking note of what they didn't like, and even using any spare money he had to buy on-scene producers cigarettes and beer to win their favor. Eventually, he got the chance to work with his childhood hero, Bruce Lee.
Hey, this is little known fact, bro, that they work together. You know what I'm saying? So the whole Jackie Chan, Bruce Lee thing, it kind of already happened. The verses kind of already happened. You feel me?
Jackie performing stunts with Lee for Fist of Fury was one of the most pivotal moments of his career.
When they let go, becoming zoom, no, too slow. You drop too slow. Then you know what they do? Just zoom, let go. Shabba! Bruce Lee just on the side. Oh, boom, okay. Not very good, one more time. Okay, one more time. Then I go. Then I come, I remember Bruce Lee picked me up, grabbed me, you okay? I said, yeah, okay. Then I look at, wow, he touched me.
Unfortunately, this relationship could not flourish, as Bruce Lee passed away due to an allergic reaction to painkillers that caused swelling in—
That's crazy. For some reason, I thought he got shot. I didn't know he died from allergic reaction. That's crazy.
Brain. Since Bruce Lee was a global superstar, the Hong Kong film industry was in a panic. They needed to find a new face to fill the void that Lee had left behind. Man. And this is where Jackie Chan found himself.
Man, I remember Rumble in the Bronx, man. Golly. Those good times, man. Jackie, good old young Jackie right there, man. Jackie like 140 years old now, dog.
Filling the shoes of his idol, being groomed to replace Lee in a number of films like Shaolin Wooden Men, To Kill with Intrigue, and even a sequel to the movie they once shared, New Fist of Fury. However, Jackie Chan secretly hated that the industry was trying to make him into the next Bruce Lee. It was hard enough that he was—
I would say that too, especially if like, say I look up to somebody, like say I look up to like, I just did a video a second ago. That's why I got the same fit on. I just did a video about Castanet. Say I become a big streamer and they try to make me the next Castanet. I don't want to go that route because I want to be the next me. I want to be me. I don't want to, you know what I'm saying? I don't want to do that. So I understand what he's saying. You feel me? Even though that's his, I guess you would say that's his idol for as like action movies. He looks up to him. I still don't want to be you. I don't idolize you like that. You feel me?
Pushed to replace someone he respected so deeply, but trying to copy Lee's exact style felt like he was trying to be someone else. And
Yeah.
looking back,
It's like
fans
piracy.
of kung fu movies seem to agree. The films underperformed at the box office, allowing Chan to convince producers to just be himself. Jackie said, "Everything at the time was Bruce Lee, so we decide we'll do the opposite. We be more fancy, more pretty, more comedy. Instead of kicking high, Jackie would kick low. Instead of sticking to traditional weapons, he got the chance to make things interesting with chairs, ladders, and anything
Man, that
he
fool hit you with a chair, cuz. On some Waffle House stuff, boy. What?
had on hand. And while Bruce Lee was serious, intense moments, Jackie chose to make it a bit more fun. He would make silly faces and introduce slapstick comedy to martial arts, the physical
it.
comedy that uses exaggerated actions in absurd situations. Like when he was working on this film, Police Story, where he used an umbrella to grab onto a bus in a
Bro got
chase
the,
scene. It
hold
was the
on,
first
Jackie Chan got them burners. Let me find out. Bro can beat speed in a race, dog. Let me find out.
exaggerated actions
Look
in
at me,
absurd
got them burners on him.
situations, like when he was working on this film, Police Story, where he used an umbrella to grab onto a bus in a
Hold up.
chase scene. It was the first film where he got to take full advantage of a group that he assembled called the JC Stunt Team, and it was
Okay.
also the action comedy element that gave him his first cult following. Not just because Police Story was an insanely entertaining movie, but because it showed the larger global industry that he wasn't afraid to do his own stunts,
Facts.
something that most actors did not do at the time.
Bro
You
got
did all the
white
stunts
on.
yourself?
Bro at the all white Yo Gotti party right now. Before Yo Gotti was probably even, you know what I'm saying?
Yes.
All of them?
Yes, you can tell. Usually when some other people doing double,
Yeah.
you will see boom, 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 like this. When I doing things, after the stunt, I would turn around, let the camera see, hey, that's me. Then I
Yeah.
got-
Not only was he funny and charming, but doing all his own stunts made him a total badass, which is why he gained such a die-hard fan base around
sure.
the world. However,
That's the reason why I respect him. That man will really, if he going into a movie, he will die on that hill, bro. He will die on that hill. He will do every stunt, and he will die before he lets someone else take his honor. But now I realize as he's getting older, he's starting to use stuntmen, but he's like 135,000 years old. So why would he not? You feel me?
doing his stunts came at a major cost. He and his team couldn't even find an insurance company to
He couldn't
cover
get
them. And when you
insurance?
hear about the long list of injuries he suffered, it's amazing he's still alive. But before we dive deeper, as I've gotten older, I sometimes think it's time to start taking
Stop
my
ads,
own
bro.
health a little
Ads,
more
bro.
seriously. I have a handful and compare for your needs. The office
I don't care about my
appointments,
health,
also doctor's appointments. And
I
throughout
drink
his
enough
early
water.
career, Jackie
Okay.
suffered
Hold up.
to find and instantly book a
Went too
top-rated
far.
doctor
Went too far.
today. Throughout his early career, Jackie suffered from
Jesus
severe burns,
Christ.
fractured bones in his chest, snapped fingers, a smashed eye socket, electric shocks, and definitely
Broken
suffered from
breastbone,
brain damage
GG.
that would have killed the average performer. Like how he leaped from a cliffside in an earlier movie, Armor of God. Jackie nailed it on the first take, but believing it was too slow, he decided to try again. After leaping onto the same tree he used in the first take, a branch snapped, sending Jackie plummeting to the ground. The blow to his head was so bad, he never fully recovered.
Because I fall like this.
Right.
Just tiny punch, boom. Then I get up, my back head, the boom, boom. If a head back, I think I'm dying.
Right, if you head first, but you make
Yeah.
sure the head hits second. Okay.
Then
What
I-
was your injury?
I don't know. I get up. They said, don't get up. Then suddenly I hear my ear, poo, poo. The blood comes out and the hole's here.
You had a hole in your head.
2 finger.
2 fingers?
Yeah.
Take these 2 fingers. Oh my God! Yes, 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 yes.
The fact that his hair is laying down on it because I got a head injury as well that was bad, and you can still see it for the rest. Like you can still see it for the rest of my life. I'm gonna have a big old scar. I don't know if y'all can see it, a big old scar on the side of my head. But I guess because his hair lays a certain way, it don't show as much. But what? That's crazy. I need to get my hair cut too. By the way, don't say nothing. Let's go.
Yes.
Open like this, like a
But this only added to Jackie Chan's aura as an industry legend. People
Yep.
loved and respected his willingness to put everything on the line for the perfect shot.
Facts.
Jackie Chan isn't even China's national treasure, he is the world's treasure.
Facts.
But while Jackie was becoming a massive global success, his personal life was filled with struggles and constant failure. He found himself in a relationship he never wanted, with a child he would barely see, and he didn't know how to handle it. He'd spend years living two separate
But you know what? I'm not meat riding. But the fact that he know he's doing all these movies, that's why he didn't want a son, bro. But I'm gonna give him some. Hey, look, you still gotta stand up and be a man, cuz you knew how to make kids and you know how to not make kids. You still didn't take all the precautions to not have a child. So it's kind of still your fault, Mr. Jackie Chan. I'm just saying, you the GOAT, but hey, goats mess up.
lives, and his behavior started to seriously hurt everyone around him. In 1982, Jackie Chan found himself getting secretly married in a Los Angeles
Lord
coffee
have
shop to
mercy.
his wife and popular Asian actress Joan Lin. The two had just discovered that Lin was pregnant with his future son, JC Chan.
Another
And while
one?
others may have seen this as a blessing, Jackie felt like he was being held hostage. It was an accident which conceived JC. I had never thought of getting married, but I felt it was akin to being forced to get married. At the time, Jackie had never even considered starting a family. He was still invested in his work and had no intentions of slowing down. According to Jackie, his opinion started to change when JC was born. I took one look and saw that my son was double-boned too, which pleased me to no end. Only then did it sink in that this baby was my child, and then nothing else
What does
mattered.
double-boned
However,
mean?
while Jackie might have felt this on the inside, his behavior told a different story. He would later admit that the money and success quickly got to his head. He went from dumpster diving for food to being a multi-millionaire in his 20s. On top of that, his stunts were extremely risky. He and his team felt like they could die at any moment, causing Jackie to live recklessly. He said, "All day I'd drink and drive. In the morning, bashing a
Lord
Porsche.
have mer-
In the evening,
Now that right there is where I draw the line, Mr. Jackie Chan. You the GOAT. You still gonna be my GOAT. But drinking and driving, cuz I'm still under the belief the accident I had was due to someone drinking and driving. I'm just being real with you. It just was brushed under the rug. So that, I can't stand for that, homie. I can't stand for that.
bashing a Mercedes. Every day I was in this dizzied state. On top of risking his life on and off screen, he was spending money faster than he was making it. He and the JC stunt crew would walk around with duffel bags full of cash and spend it recklessly. I wanted to go and buy everything I'd ever wanted in the space of a week. Is this the most expensive with the most gemstones? Okay, I'll take 7 in cash. No need to wrap it up. Now, if Jackie
Jesus
were a
Christ.
single guy, this seems pretty typical.
Jackie was the world's first non-African American rapper. What you talking about? He buying everything. He don't kill. Ain't no savings, ain't none of that.
For young celebrities with new money, but Jackie had a family now, one that he never took the time to see. Instead, he'd spend nights out at the club, cheating on his wife while
Jesus
JC
Christ,
was home,
Jackie.
essentially being raised by a single mom. According to Jackie, sex had also become an escape for him. His favorite was a girl he named Number 9, whom he'd visit whenever he felt the need to escape. Every night, Number 9 and I would squeeze into her dingy little cubicle.
Number 9? So where's number 876? Oh, 67. No, I'm just what 8, 6, 7, 8, 5. You know what I'm talking about. That boy going crazy, man. Come on, Jackie, man. Golly,
The
bro.
low ceiling right above us. There were times when I noticed people were trying to peep through the cracks in the door at us, yet this little cubicle seemed like paradise to me. So when did Jackie make time for his son JC? Well, Jackie said when he was a kid, he could only see me around 2 a.m. And sadly, it might have been a good thing that Jackie spent so much time away from JC when he was very young, because he seemed to resent his family, and things spiraled out of control when Jackie physically punished JC when he was just a toddler. I picked him up with one hand and flung him across the room,
Oh,
and he
Lord.
crashed into the sofa. With the amount of force I used, if he'd hit the back of the armrests, it could have been quite serious. After nearly killing and or paralyzing
Jesus
his
Christ,
child, Jackie took a step back and promised to never lay a hand on his son again. In his memoir titled Never Grow Up, Jackie admitted that his early years as a father were a deep regret. However, he also seemed to believe that he still did his job as the patriarch of the family. I've said in interviews that I've done well by a lot of people, but not my own family, that I haven't been a good father or a good husband, but I did my duty to my son and his mother. While many people in Western society societies would disagree with this, Jackie's view on fatherhood came from a different place at a different time. Plus, he seemed to be suffering from generational trauma.
True, you gotta think about it too. Asian cultures, the father don't be around the family like that. Women got in this mind, this Western thinking that, oh, the dad need to be with the kid just as much as I do. No. In Eastern, like the Middle East, them men ain't never changed a diaper. The men in China ain't never changed a diaper, bro. They do not take care of their kids. They just take care of the bills. So you got to take that into consideration. He was not raised or grown up here. He was already grown when he came here. You feel me? So his whole ideology of how the family, the nuclear family, or whatever they call it, works is completely different from Western ideology. Excuse me.
Experienced from his own father. Jackie Chan's childhood is probably more brutal than any other Hollywood star, starting from the very moment he was born. His parents actually considered selling him, believing it would be best for both their bank account and Jackie's future.
When my parents cannot...
They tried to sell Jackie Chan, the gemstone of the world. That's crazy.
Pay the money for the hospital.
She just held you in?
He want to sell it to the British doctor for $250.
They were going to sell you the baby?
Yeah.
With very little money, Jackie's family found themselves living in a small slum in Hong Kong, where Jackie got in a lot of fights outside of school. Noticing that Jackie was actually winning most of these fights, his dad sent him to a drama academy to learn martial arts and harness his strengths in a productive way. But for some reason, they let a child pick the number of years he'd be enrolled. Later, Jackie would admit that this was a critical mistake.
I see so many weapons, knife, stick. Oh, I can play around. I'm so happy. They said, we have a 3 year, 5 year, 7 year, 10 years. I said, 10 year, 10 year, 10 year. After I signed the contract, 1 week later, I cried like a hell. Then I remember 10 years is how long.
And while the academy taught Jackie acrobatics, singing, dancing, and martial arts, this was more like military school that limited parental involvement as much as possible.
10 years is crazy. That's like you just said, the military, 10 years of anything. 10 years going to school is crazy. Honestly, I'm gonna be real with you. You can learn that stuff in the first 10 years you go to school, cuz.
When you take a look at some of the rules of the program, it honestly sounds like jail. If the China Drama Academy sees high potential in a student and sends him on tour, the parents are not allowed to object. If parents interfere with the tour life, a fine is to be expected. Parents must adhere to visiting rules. It is up to the school whether parents can visit their child or take them with them for a short while. If a student behaves in a naughty manner, the school must punish them. However, the school is only allowed to do so if the parents voluntarily consent. Voluntary parental consent is enforced by the school. In the event of illness, accident, or even death of a student, the parents do not receive any compensation. Unfortunately for Jackie, his parents did consent to all forms of discipline. He was constantly struck in the head, even if he wasn't doing anything wrong. If he were injured or struggling, his strength would still be tested.
First is a run. Run without bouncing, with 2 cups full of water. And if you drop the water, a teacher will whip you. Then after that, upside down, handstand, 1 hour.
China's crazy, bro. China is crazy.
On your handstand?
Yeah,
Doing a handstand.
1 hour.
Now, was that fun or was it just horrible?
Horrible!
And even though Jackie describes this part of his life as hell on earth, he uses it to judge his own son because he sees JC as an example of bad Western discipline.
My teacher.
Jackie, these ain't the 60s or the 70s, big dog, when you was growing up, cuz. It's not. You survived something that no child should ever have to go through, bro. You shouldn't expect your son to go through the same type of thing, you feel me? You know, you should want them to have a little softer road. No, you wouldn't want them to be soft now, because a spoiled child is the worst child. Let me get that out first. Trying to give your child everything that you didn't have is completely the wrong way to do everything. I'm just being real with you. That's a soft pillow for them to lay on that they grow up and be soft their whole life. But that's just too hard, because the way you grew up was way too hard to be judging your son based on that.
So tough. The team, we're so disciplined. I can go home, put my shoes like this. I take off my clothes, I can fold them. Even in the hotel, I mess something, I will clean it up. My son, okay? I never see the shoes put like this. One on the floor, one in the dining room. Wearing the white shoes, running around because he don't wash his own shoes.
But
socks.
you give him a shot?
No, I can't. He sue me. When I see the old people like this, we get up, we bow. My son, like this. Yeah. After film, 6 months, 9 months, I filming. After filming, I go home, I open the door. Hi there, how are you?
Now in that clip, he was cracking jokes and sounds relatively
But it's true though, it's true though.
unserious, but there always seemed to be a little resentment for JC's lack of traditional Chinese responsibility or respect towards him as a father. For much of his life, we weren't together. As a child, he got to see me only in the small hours of the morning. I was always happy to spend time with him, but he seems so unenthusiastic around me. Jackie doesn't seem to fully understand, or maybe isn't willing to accept, that he could be the reason why JC is the way he is. JC never went through an intense 10-year training program in China. He never knew what it was like to be devastatingly poor. He grew up in nice homes in both Hong Kong and California. Most importantly, Jackie was never there. He was too busy with film projects all over the world, and this only got more intense after the success of Rush Hour.
Greatest, one of the greatest, if not the greatest. I'm gonna say it myself. It's the greatest. I don't care what nobody say. The greatest movie of all time, as far as like action and comedy. I don't care what nobody say. It is what it is. Argue in the comments.
A movie where Jackie Chan and his co-star Chris Tucker tracked down the kidnapped daughter of a Chinese diplomat in LA. The film was so successful that it became a trilogy.
It made 141 million. Rush Hour 2 made 226 million. Golly, boy, what?
Pulling in more than $500 million in the worldwide box
Almost
office.
$500
Before this, he
million
definitely
that
had a
man
cult following from martial arts lovers, but this officially cemented Jackie as a worldwide sensation and superstar. It also probably didn't help the relationship with his son, that whenever Chan was away from home, he continued to be unfaithful to his wife, Joan Lin. A year after the first Rush Hour movie, it was revealed that Jackie Chan had gotten another woman pregnant with his estranged daughter, Etta. When the news broke,
Jackie Chan is the Asian version of Future. He the Asian version of Future, bro, and that's insane that I would have this come out of my mouth after being so inspired by his hard work. Once you dig deep into somebody's life, you'll always see that it's not perfect, and that's crazy. Golly.
About an affair I'd had that resulted in a child, the media frenzy was like a bomb going off. I wanted to phone Joan, but I didn't know what to say. I wouldn't be able to explain this. It wasn't a mistake I could fix by saying,
bro, like the Usher song. Hey. Bro, like the Usher song.
I'm sorry. To make matters worse, Jackie never had a real relationship with his daughter. Etta herself has been quoted about Jackie's absence saying, "He is not my dad. I have no feelings for him. He is my biological father, but he is not in my life."
That's
Jackie
so
often
sad.
refuses to acknowledge that he even has another child. He just refers to the whole incident as a horrible mistake. But it just proves even further that Jackie has a hard time understanding fatherhood. It was like those 10 years of intense drama school made him the perfect soldier for Hollywood, but completely unequipped to be a normal dad. As for JC Chan, his struggles were just beginning. For most of his life, he only saw his father on screen, so it's no surprise he grew up wanting to be a famous entertainer just like his dad. But JC adopted all the traits of your typical Nepo baby. He felt like he could do whatever he wanted and still be successful.
The Asian T.I. son. What's his name? King? That's King right here.
Due to his last name, and by the time Jackie seriously stepped in to help him, it would be too late. In 2002, JC tried to attend college in Virginia and respect his parents' wishes, but he barely attended class because he was bored. "I wanted to be a musician. All you can see in Virginia is sheep." JC dropped out and flew to Hong Kong to explore a career in music. He even rejected his dual citizenship that allowed him to travel freely in the US. However, this new music career in Hong Kong wasn't possible without being two things at once. As JC put it, Hong Kong is different from other places. You need to do music and movies.
Oh, Lord.
To start his career,
K-pop
JC
Demon
accepted
Hunter. What they call K-pop Demon Slayer? Hunters. K-pop Demon Hunters before. This is before, you know what I'm saying?
role in the film The Twins
prequel.
Effect 2. He starred as a young man on a quest to claim his throne, and Jackie Chan even had a cameo in this film. But from the very start, JC was hesitant to star in a film. He didn't seem to understand how the industry worked, and he didn't seem to care if the movie was a success or failure. JC said, "At first, when they sent me the script, I said, what the hell is this? I don't read scripts. Hell no, I'm not doing this movie. Then someone explained the story to me, and I thought it was a challenge. I used to have long hair, and they told me they would have to cut it. I said, okay. I thought it was just going to be a little, not a friggin' 2 or 3 inches.
Jesus
I didn't
Christ.
know because I didn't read the script." While his dad did everything he could to learn about production and choreography to get to the next level, JC pretty much thought the process was one big joke. When asked about the movie, JC said, "I looked stupid. There was no purpose for me being in that movie." Regarding his dad's presence, JC told the New York Times, "I'm used to it. My dad has made movies for a long time. Even before I was born, he was already Jackie Chan. I'm
Yeah.
lucky to have a dad who's really famous, but people don't really know me for who I am. They just know me as Jackie Chan's son. The
That's
hardest part
true.
for me is to let people know what I'm really capable of doing on my own," which apparently was not reading the script or acting.
Oh,
JC said,
apparently not anything, buddy, because you couldn't even go to college. You didn't have to work to pay for college. You was already paid for it. That's the easiest thing ever, bro. You couldn't make it as a musician either. So if you can't be a musician, you can't be a movie star, and you can't go to college, so what are you supposed to do? Would you go work at Burger King? No disrespect to people who work at Burger King, but just go work at Burger King then, dog.
sounds like your classic out-of-touch Nepo baby here.
Right.
He doesn't want to live in the shadow of his father's
But
fame
you don't
and
want to
success.
do anything. You don't want to live in the shadow. You always will because you are not doing anything. You're not successful with anything.
But he's putting in absolutely no effort to actually escape it. If JC really wanted to make a name for himself, it's strange that he chose to move to Hong Kong, where Jackie Chan was arguably more popular than he was in America. He could have gone to Sydney, Australia, the UK, or even stayed in the USA, where they have massive arts programs. Instead, JC chose to live in Jackie's compound away from the city. It was this massive temple praising Jackie Chan's achievements, allowing JC to live in luxury without having to struggle at all.
Bro, and is a. Tyler, I'm sure.
I mean, imagine living in your father's mansion.
Bro wants to, like, you hate that your father's success is like overshadowing you, but you haven't done anything, buddy. Just be okay with being just like living off of his successes and living off of his money. Just be okay with it. Because that's really what you want to do. You just want to be known for yourself. You want to be a Kardashian for whatever reason. You want to be known for being known. It's crazy, dog. Like, what?
And waking up being reminded of all of his success, and then you somehow wonder why you're not being taken seriously as an individual. In that same year, JC finally got the chance to release his first album, JC. Unfortunately, the album performed so poorly that it's actually difficult to find it online. When it comes to the few reviews you can find about the Dead album, even the positive ones highlight JC's enormous privilege working in Hong Kong. I can't believe that in the beginning he said he doesn't want to get stuff because of his dad, and now he has a contract with a company his dad used to own, and he got the main male character in Twins Effect 2. And even the professional
It's
reviewers said that
stupid.
he wasn't as good as the main character. He has an okay voice, but he's getting everything because he's Jackie Chan's son. Ridiculous. Even in the moments where JC Chan had the ability to tell the world who he was, who is he as an individual, we want to learn about you, we don't want to just see you as Jackie Chan's son. But JC just says nothing. Outside of a few quotes from the press, we barely hear from him at all. There are only a few rare interviews, like
He
how he
looks
went
like
on a
Jackie
station
too.
called Razor Pop to talk about his music, but when he was asked about his goals for the future, he seemed to be severely lacking direction and motivation.
My music career?
Yeah, your aspirations for your music career. Is there any goals or aims that you want to reach?
I just want to do
Enjoy
music.
yourself?
Yeah, and enjoy myself and give myself a tiny little bit challenge and also them.
Okay.
And we could do a good, enjoyable album, and hopefully people can enjoy it too.
There seemed to be a pattern that fans started to notice that JC just couldn't see on his own. Jackie Chan might not have been around to guide him, but his influence could be felt everywhere. It was clear he was only getting press or attention because of his father's name. However, even with constant opportunities thrown at him, JC continued to lack ambition and underperformed in every movie where he was the star, which resulted in his films getting low ratings like Too Young, McDowell, The Alumni, and The
Jesus
Drummer.
Christ.
According to JC, the only way directors could make him emotional was by talking about his family and living at home. JC said, "We were about to shoot a scene in which I was supposed to cry. Well, I can't really cry. So he sort of found a way out of the blue to touch me, and my tears just came running down. I was very nervous on the set, trying to get myself crying, and all of a sudden he just came up to me and said something like, 'Your mom's at home. Just work a few more days and you'll be home soon. Make your mom proud.' My tears just freaking flew down. It was really good. He knew I really want to make my mom and dad proud. That's one of my lifetime goals." As you can see, JC doesn't actually want the fame, recognition, and acceptance from the entertainment world. He just wants it from his father.
And you know what's crazy? You know what's crazy about this situation? His father's accomplished so much, made so much money. And he's trying to figure out a way to make him proud. And it's like, bro, it might not be in like actual accomplishments in the world. It might not be making movies, making music, making money. It might just be finding something that you like that doesn't make money. Just make music for fun, for a organization, a church, a religion or something. Have kids, get married, be faithful to your wife. That might make your dad proud because he's accomplished everything. What you think, you're going to make more money than him and you're going to impress him with that? No, that's not going to impress him. Just do something that he couldn't do, which is get married, have a wife, stay faithful to your wife, and raise your family. Easy. Something that your mom never got and something that your dad never got. You know what I'm saying? Not everything got to be monetary. Not everything got to be all plaques and trophies and everything. That's how you can make him proud, bro. Be something that he never could be.
Same time, Jackie Chan was starting to think about how his old-fashioned upbringing later deeply affected his relationship with his own son. And when he worked with Jaden Smith on the remake of The Karate Kid, he started to look at how Will Smith's involvement was different than his own.
I'm really scared that at that time, Jaden not good enough. And after 3 months training, then I go to his house for rehearsal. Then he showed me everything. I just, wow, that's young kid. I said, look, behind him, I said, look, don't waste your son's talent. He's so talented.
During filming, Jackie saw the discipline Jaden had preparing for the role and how Will Smith appeared to always be in his corner. Jackie saw a kid heading towards success and a father right there behind him. He said, "I was too Chinese traditional. You, son, go away. I don't want to help you. You have to help yourself," he said. Jackie went on to say that while filming, he was awed by how supportive Will Smith was. He was helping his son to be in a movie. "Every day on the set, I say, why am I so stubborn? I have to help my son." In the following months, Jackie felt it was now time to bring JC under his wing.
Bro. Dang, bro. So really, and that's why Jackie Chan to this day, he still loves Jaden Smith because he see Jaden Smith and the hard work that he had and compares it to himself. And he kind of, in a way, wish his son was the same way. You know what I'm saying? Wish his son was the same way. Wish that was his son. Which is crazy to say, bro. He wished his son was the same way, though.
They completed a movie together called 1911 about the Chinese Revolution. The two stayed close throughout filming, and it felt like Jackie was doing everything he could to make up for lost time. But when the movie was finally released in 2011, it quickly became known as one of the worst films Jackie Chan has ever made. The estimated cost to make this movie was $18 million, but it only made $3.8 million at the worldwide.
Oh my goodness. That's absolutely horrible.
Box office, meaning Jackie Chan's father-son movie was one of the biggest flops of all time. But ultimately, the project did appear to bring JC and Jackie closer together. JC even explored action movies as a way to emulate his dad's success, like Double Trouble, where two security guards are forced to work together to track down a legendary Chinese painting that has been stolen by
That reminds me of that movie Jackie Chan was in, Tuxedo. Remember Tuxedo? That was a great movie. I love that movie.
International art thieves. It was basically JC's version of Rush Hour, and while it did not perform well in theaters, it still seemed like a big step in character development. JC looked more open to embracing Jackie's side of the industry. It was like all he needed was more time with his dad to feel comfortable.
The easy cheat code for any Nepo baby is go the exact same direction. Sometimes. With T.I.'s son, you grew up in the suburbs, bro. Don't try to rap like T.I. You can rap, but do it your own way. You feel me? Do something, talk about something different. Flex on him, you feel me?
responsible, carrying on his father's legacy. But unfortunately, just as it seemed like Jackie finally figured out a positive relationship with his son, it was about to get ruined forever. Around the same time Jackie Chan became the face of a massive anti-drug campaign in China, JC was about to get caught in a drug bust that landed him in prison.
Oh, that's crazy.
Jackie Chan decided to honor his father by becoming a drug ambassador for China in 2009. When I was 16, my father said he could no longer instruct me because I had already grown up, but he made me promise him 3 things: not to enter the underworld, not to take drugs, and not to gamble. Chan said, I promised him even though I was doing those things at that time. But now that he was older and wiser, Jackie joined campaigns, denounced the sale of narcotics, and made it his mission to promote the protection of children.
Y'all see what I see? That got that fit on. You see that? You see that watch? That's both our yearly salary right there on his wrist.
And share the negative ramifications of bringing drugs into businesses and schools. In 2014, China was launching one of the biggest nationwide drug busts in modern history, and in August of that same year, police acted on a tip they received from the public that JC Chan was storing some in his multi-million-dollar estate. When they raided JC's home, they found 100 grams of marijuana.
100 grams of marijuana really ain't that much. It really ain't that much. That's a couple ounces, ain't it?
咋了？你自己咋了？告诉我，也是大麻。
It's 28 grams an ounce, ain't it? Something like that.
全是大麻。这是什么东西？
大麻也是大麻，别类型的没有。没有。
He's just a user, bro.
Now, these days, in most of the United States, possession of 100 grams would probably get you a little slap on the wrist. But in China, this is a major offense.
China does not
and when
play
JC was arrested with a Taiwanese movie star named Kai Ko, they both tested positive for marijuana and were put under criminal detention for 14 days. When the news broke out, Jackie Chan was completely devastated. When I first heard the news, I was absolutely enraged. As a public figure, I feel very ashamed. As his dad, I am very sad and disappointed. Then he addressed his son directly. You've done something wrong and you have to be responsible for the consequences. I'm your dad and I'll always be with you. We will face the road ahead of us together. But the person who feels heartbroken the most is his mom. I hope our younger generation will learn from JC's mistake and stay far away from drug abuse. With Jackie Chan standing as a nationwide drug ambassador, this was a PR nightmare. And sadly, it basically destroyed all of the earlier progress that Jackie and JC had made to rekindle their father-son relationship. Jackie was so upset by his son's perceived betrayal that he arguably became more old school than he ever was, refusing to assist his son legally in any way. It was even encouraged that his court battle be televised to make an example out of him.
JC Chan, 32, was also...
You know what, though? It seems heartless and ruthless, but once you told somebody and you showed them, you don't need to do this, you don't need to do this, and they do it anyway, sometimes you got to let them figure it out themselves. So that's one thing I can agree with Jackie Chan on this. Like, bro, you made that bed, you gonna lay in it, dog. You made that, so hey, you gotta figure it out yourself. So sometimes that'll make a man out of you. You feel me?
Ordered to pay 2,000 yuan or approximately $320 US. Police detained Chan, Taiwanese movie star Ko Kai, and several others in Chang's Beijing apartment in August. According to local news agency, Chan and Ko tested positive for marijuana, and police seized more than 100 grams of marijuana from Chan's home. Maximum sentence for the charge against Chan was 3 years in prison, but the court said it showed leniency in the sentencing because Chan voluntarily confessed.
In total, JC would spend 6 months in a Chinese prison for possession and sheltering drug users in his home. However, JC appeared to take all of this as a learning experience and was never publicly angry towards his dad for not bailing him out. He even kept in contact with Jackie during the 6 months and told him that he was working more than he ever did outside the system. And in a weird way, JC going to prison made Jackie seem the most proud of him that he ever had in his entire life.
That's what I'm talking about, man. It's the fact that some things even your father can't, well, he could have, but your father letting you go through and you come out stronger and not being upset about it, like, that's some real growth. So I understand that.
Jackie even joked that prison might be helpful for everyone. So many rich people, like some of my friends, they take 10 days or a month to go to the mountain to purify. I think sometimes I should set up the jail holiday, force some rich people, even myself, to go to jail. These days, all the people need to do this because they're so busy. After JC was released from prison, Jackie started sharing more about his relationship with his son. He openly admitted that a part of JC's lack of discipline was directly his fault.
Yep.
I'm very ashamed that I haven't been a good role model. I want to start again, but I know that it's the mass media that will decide. He wanted to be more present in JC's life and explain that he wants to help him more.
And also my son, I don't want my father to help me. I want to do myself. I want to show the world, without my father, I can do it myself. And I want to tell the people, I don't want to help my son. I want my son to do it himself. It's wrong. Yeah. Now I change. After this lesson, I change. Whatever he asks me, I would do it. I think first collaboration is the record. He was a producer record for me, probably released end of this year. And right now we are already finished for 7 songs. And probably there's one song we sing to each other. Yeah, I probably call him, backing him to help me to sing the song. Yeah. Very good lyric. When he young, I annoy him. Huh? Annoying him. The song is, he sings some song, when I need love, where are you? Even you go to the wrong school. That's a true story.
Yeah.
I said, sorry. I was busy. But now I just something like that. Yeah.
That's
I
crazy.
don't think I don't think he will sing the song. I don't think he will sing the song. If he don't want to sing the song, I will find some young kid to help me to sing the song for him.
Now, even at the time of JC's drug bust, he was a grown man in his 30s, so it was hard for people to see him as this misguided kid who was neglected by his father. Then again, it's not surprising to see how JC ended up when during his most important developmental years, Jackie wasn't there. He was living the high life, cheating, partying, disappearing for months, and having another child.
That's kind of dope fit what it is. The Chinese version of Louis Vuitton. I see you, Jackie.
Child with a random woman, but many people respect Jackie for being honest about his shortcomings as a father. It takes a lot of strength and humility to admit to wronging your children in front of the world. And this sounds messed up to say, but most people would probably admit that enduring the struggles of being Jackie Chan's son is ultimately worth it, because in the end, JC will inherit the hundreds of millions of dollars Jackie was making instead of being a good father to his kid. There's this idea that wealth is the ultimate apology, but that's
no, it ain't. It really ain't, cuz he know he messed up, and that's something that'll never change. You know what'll change it? If JC have kids and he changed that cycle, bro. Money's cool and all, but some things you need to be there for.
the tragic irony of this story. Jackie Chan is not giving any of his money to JC when he dies. When they were on a plane when JC was young, Jackie said, "You have no money now, so you sit here in economy. You have me as a dad, but other people don't. They have to fight their own battles. When you get to sit in first class because of your own hard work, then that's success."
That's true.
Regarding his net worth of almost $500 million, Jackie said, if he is capable, he can make his own money. If he is not, then he will just be wasting mine. The father who was not...
That's a W statement, bro. For real. But at the same time, I can't agree with that either, cuz. You gotta leave something, bro. I would leave something for him. I would leave something for my other kids that I haven't been in their life at all. So, you know, you can't take it with you, cuz. Unless you just gonna give it to charity, then that's a W-2, bro.
Present for the most important years of his son's life, won't be present in his future either. Jackie is not giving any of his money to JC, and instead giving all of his money to charity when he dies. It's kind of ironic that Jackie looked at Will Smith as the role model father figure, because many people in America would see him as someone who was responsible for his son's failure. But if you're interested in that story, check out this video.
Hey, I appreciate you, Patrick CC. What y'all think about Jackie Chan as a father, man? Y'all think he's a horrible dad, man? Y'all think, like, you know what I'm saying, his prime was his movies? What y'all think? I think he was a absolute disgusting, grotesque parent, but he good at the movies, though. And I'm going to keep watching them Jackie Chan movies. I'm glad I ain't his son. Let me just say that. I'm glad I ain't his son, but hey, let me know what y'all think down at the bottom. Shout out Jackie Chan, the GOAT, still the GOAT. I said in the beginning, it still stands. Till next time, it's been your boy Ronald Rizzo, and I will see y'all when I see y'all. Peace. Use bathroom, I'll be back.